Good morning. The April 26, 2017 meeting of the Board of Investment is now called to order. In the interest of promoting the order and efficiency of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearing will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Investments are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in the charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's agenda, there is a correction on page 100, item number 4. On number 4, under location, it currently reads 511 South Central Avenue. Please delete Central Avenue and replace it with Caroline Street. That will now read 511 South Caroline Street. On page 112, under the header Statement of Purpose and Rationale for Sale Below Appraised Value, in the first paragraph on line 2, it has the clause, the waiver evaluation process. Please delete waiver evaluation process. On that same line, beginning with the word waiver, continue to the third line, delete waiver valuation price and replace it with appraised value. That paragraph will now read, the property was valued pursuant to the appraisal policy of Baltimore City through an appraisal, period. The appraised value for 2101 East Biddle Street is $600,000 and the purchase price is $200,000. In the second paragraph, under the same header, on line 2, there's a clause, waiver valuation process. Please delete that and replace it with appraisal. That will now read, the property is being sold to 2101 East Biddle, LLC, below the price determined by the appraisal because of the following reasons. In addition, the board received correspondence from Ms. Trueheart for all items on the agenda. She protests those, and that's pages 1 to 119. The board did receive her correspondence, however, will not hear from Ms. Trueheart today. We have one item that is on the non-routine agenda, and that is page 5. I have the following abstentions to report. The Honorable President Young will abstain on pages 51 to 52. The Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on page 12, items 3 and 4, page 25, and page 118, items 9 and 10. Mr. President and members of the board, those are the corrections to the agenda, the correspondence received, as well as the abstentions that have been reported thus far. Thank you.
Thank you. I would direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from our office dated April the 24th, 2017, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any correction and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
I move the approval of the items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carried. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 5, Department of Audits, Audits Report, and Related Audits Digest. Will the parties please come forward?
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. I'm Bob McCarty, City Auditor. The Department of Audits has completed its annual audit of the financial statements of the Enoch Pratt Free Library for the year ending June 30th, 2016. We have issued an unmodified opinion which states that the library's financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the library. It is a clean opinion. In addition to this comprehensive report,
Excuse me for a minute. Michael, can I see you for a minute? You can continue.
In addition to this comprehensive audit report, we have included a separate report which addresses the library's compliance with the internal control over financial reporting related to the financial statements and certain laws and regulations. The library had 3 significant deficiencies in internal control over financial reporting. The The first finding is considered to be a material weakness.
I don't have it.
The library's business office did not prepare its annual financial report for submission to the Maryland State Department of Education in time to meet the December 31st deadline. The library's accounting software system was not fully utilized in the preparation of its financial statements. Compiling the year-end financial statements is complex, and the library must rely on manual adjustments to properly record transactions, accruals, corrections, and other transactions. We recommend that the library continue to refine the process to prepare the financial statements, all significant adjustments, and all necessary reconciliations. The library should continue to evaluate its accounting software to determine whether it is capable of preparing complete and accurate financial statements. We also recommend that the library document its financial statement preparation process. The library stated in its response that it agrees with the finding and that with a new CFO, they have already begun to automate the preparation of the financial statements and to explore improved ways to utilize staff and system resources in a more efficient and effective manner. Additionally, they'll be looking for better ways to utilize their software, but there are many issues involved in their merging of city and library records. The next two findings are considered to be significant deficiencies. The first is that during fiscal year 16, the library did not submit its fines and fees to the city on a monthly basis. The library was required to remit revenues earned for fines and fees, which includes room rentals, photocopying, overdue books, coffee sales, etc., to the city monthly. The July through December 2015 fines and fees in the amount of $140,387 was not submitted to the city until February of 16. The February and March 16 fines and fees in the amount of $63,257 were not submitted until January of 17. In addition, May and June fines and fees in the amount of $40,580 were submitted on June 30th, 2016, but it was $3,778 less than collected. We recommend that the library reconcile the fines and fees account monthly and remits fines and fees due to the city on a monthly basis. The library stated that it agrees with this finding, but that the finding is a result of a decision to temporarily hold deposits of city fines and fees while awaiting potential offsets. The library stated that the fines and fees have since been remitted to the city. The second significant deficiency is that the library book fund was not properly reconciled to the authorized balance of $300,000. The library was unable to provide support for $5,342 of the $22,793 of the amount due as of June 30th, 2016. We recommend that the library prepare monthly reconciliations and investigate and support all reconciling adjustments to reconcile to the $300,000 fund balance. We also recommend that if the library cannot resolve the $5,342 difference, that the library reimburse the book fund for this amount. The library stated that it agrees with the finding, and as part of its monthly procedures, the library does prepare monthly reconciliations to the bank records to ensure that there is a control in cash. Procedures will now be put in place to reconcile to the monthly book fund balance of $300,000, and the $5,432 has been remitted back to the book fund. Based on our audit, the results of our test disclosed no instances of noncompliance with laws and regulations for fiscal year 16.
Thank you. I remember, I think it was last year, where you all came with similar things that you have here. And I recall that you guys was given an extra FTE or two. So why are we back here with the same stuff?
Thank you for the question, President Young. We have subsequently hired two employees. So we hired a contractual employee, and this is Stan Ostremski. He's the new Chief Financial Officer who came in during that, after the last report. We feel fairly confident that we will be able to address these matters in a very timely manner, and we appreciate the audit of the Department of Audits, and believe that it's really helpful, and it helps the public gain confidence that we are managing our resources effectively.
So we won't see this again.
We're hopeful now.
Thank you. Madam Comptroller.
Finding 2011-1 has been repeated for 6 years now as a material weakness. And in the library's response, you said that you would automate the preparation of financial statements. You said you've hired someone. When will this be complete?
Oh, excuse me, I'm very sorry. You have to state your name.
I'm sorry, I was Gordon Krabby, acting CEO, and this is, Stan is going to respond.
And I'm Stan Ostremski. I'm the Chief Financial Officer at the library now.
So when will it be completed?
We've already, I'm sorry, we've already begun the process, in fact, of automating the financial statements.
Right.
It's taking us, it's going to take us some time. We're going to have something in much better place when the audit takes part in July. The ultimate goal is, in fact, to have this fully automated through the accounting software. So it's no longer an automation between systems. But I think we've already started to take some proactive steps. And I'm encouraged that we're going to be in better shape when Mr. McCarty's group comes back out even this year.
So the library's audit has not been out on time since fiscal 2010. So will it be completed by its deadline, December 2017?
Yeah, that's our goal every year at the library. That's my sole goal, is the new semi-new chief financial officer, for that to be the case. And I look forward to working with Mr. McCarty and his great staff to make that happen next year.
Can you report back to the board, maybe in July or August, where you are with the completion of implementation of automating?
I'd be glad to.
Okay, so that we can be sure that you don't miss another deadline.
I'll be glad to. Thank you.
Madam Controller, was that 90 days you want, or how?
90 days, because you said you're in the process.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay. The audit has been noted. And there have been no more business before this board. We will recess until bid opening at 12 noon. Thank you.
I don't see it. I see it now. I couldn't see it from there. Good afternoon. The Board of Ethics is now in session for the received and open of bids. We apologize for today. We have a very large opening today, so we're going to ask you to be patient because they'll be open publicly, and we're still coordinating and confirming some of the bids that'll be brought in. We have two addenda for today. SC 953, sanitary sewer collection system improvements in the high-level sewer shed. Please change the bid due date from April 26th to May 10th, 2017. B5000 4944. Replace retrofit fixtures with energy-efficient lighting. Please change the bid due date from April 26th to May 3rd, 2017. Those are the addenda received for today.
Hearing no objection, so ordered.
ER 4020R, Lower Stony Run Environmental Restoration. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Environmental Quality Resources, LLC, with a bid bond. $3,399,002.
refer this bid to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
Thank you. TR, what's the matter? It is. Just a second. Okay, this is 17, okay. Right here, let me check the numbers. This stays here. Yeah, this one here, these go. Okay. Are there 4 on that sheet? 1307 has 4. Okay, good. Okay, that's great. This has 4. This one here. Okay, let me see. This is that. Let me make sure. It's only 4. Okay, it's 4. Okay, that's 2. Should be. Thanks, Yvette. TR 11307, Park Circle Intersection Improvements. A bid bond is required. The amount is over $100,000. Copy. I can't find it. I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. I have it. Thank you. Manuel Louise Construction Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $6,308,746. Same number. I'm sorry. Thanks. I'll put it here. Maybe I don't need it. That's a good thing. This is just volume 2 together. Volume 2 for that same bid. Oh, I'm sorry, going backwards. This is one. This is. Yeah, I'll hold it there. Civil Construction LLC, with a bid bond. $5,740,926.70. Yes, that's volume 2. Monumental Paving and Excavating, Inc., with a bid bond. $6,362,350.46. P. Flanagan and Sons Incorporated with a bid bond. $6,488,687.15.
Refer these bids to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report. Thank you.
TR 17015, resurfacing highways at various locations, Northeast Sector 1. A bid bond is required. The amount is over $100,000. Manuel Louise Construction Company, Inc., with a bid bond. Okay, good, thanks. $2,897,513. P. Flanagan and Sons Incorporated with a bid bond. $2,538,225.
Refer these bids to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report.
TR 17016, resurfacing highways at various locations, Northwest Sector 2. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Manuel Louise Construction Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $2,752,531.20. P. Flanagan and Sons Again, this is TR 17016. P. Flanagan and Sons Incorporated with a bid bond. $2,418,887.60.
Refer these bids to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report.
TR 17017, resurfacing highways at various locations, Southwest Sector 3. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. P. Flanagan and Sons Incorporated with a bid bond. $2,308,851. Manuel Louise Construction Company, Inc. with a bid bond. $2,762,504. Civil Construction LLC with a bid bond. $2,752,361. Thank you. So if it comes out, it should be okay. Machado Construction Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $2,279,560.30. I'm sorry.
Refer these bids to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report.
TR 17018, resurfacing highways at various locations, southeast sector 4. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. P. Flanagan and Sons Incorporated, with a bid bond. $2,570,833.50. Gray and Son, Inc., with a bid bond. $2,716,985.50.
Yeah.
Manuel Louise Construction Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $2,711,682.50.
What? Sorry.
50 cents. I'll give you this at 50. I guess I'm gonna give you some. Civil Construction LLC, with a bid bond. $2,788,787.20.
Refer these bids to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report.
GS 14817, engine 44, firehouse, roof replacement. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Rough Roofers, Inc., with a bid bond, $424,125. Simpson of Maryland, Inc., with a bid bond, $496,900.
Refer these bids to the Department of General Services for tabulation and report.
GS 16808, roof replacement and repairs at EPFL branch number 13. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Triumphal Builders, Inc., with a bid bond, $437,500.
Refer this bid to the Department of General Services for tabulation and report.
B50004973, iron, pipe, and fittings. A bid bond is not required. Ferguson Enterprises, doing business as Ferguson Waterworks. $117,145.34. Water Service, Inc., $134,797.01. HD Supply Waterworks Limited, $113,909.75.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report. B50004958, fire hydrants and replacement parts. A bid bond is not required. B4. That seems to be an item. That's what I think, because I don't see any cumulative total. This is an item bid. Prices will not be read. LB Water Service. Ferguson Enterprises, doing business as Ferguson Waterworks. HD Supply Waterworks Limited.
refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
To number 12. Skip it.
Okay? Gotcha.
B50004910, Lead Hazard Reduction Program. A bid bond is not required.
Thank you.
First Potomac Environmental Company, $1,963,677. Hawkeye Construction LLC, $1,938,502.25. Lewis Construction LLC, $1,911,972. A&A Abatement and Property Services LLC, $1,866,792.25.
UK Construction and Management. $1,892,232.25. Mac Par Services LLC, $1,881,374.75. John H. Ware Senior, Inc., $1,878,091.70. Okay. Green and Healthy Homes Initiative, Inc., $1,732,765.50.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
Isn't that Bureau of Purchases? That's Bureau of Purchases. Did they have it wrong on the sheet? Yes, Bureau of Purchases. I'm sorry.
Correction, that is, refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Thank you. We're on 13 now. We'll do 11 next. I'm just checking it. Excuse me.
B5 0004896, Office Moving Services.
It's like B, yeah. B10, I think. Let me see. B11. Excuse me.
Allen and Son Moving Storage, Inc. A bid bond is not required for this bid. $121,607.50. Walters Relocations, Inc., $63,024.
B4. Okay.
495 Movers, Inc., $540,181.50.
I guess it is this picture. Oh, yeah.
R&A Movers, Inc., $205,468.25. D&D Installations, LLC, $798,040.95.
For these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
We're gonna try and get to 11 now.
Okay. We're gonna be at 11.
11, okay. Thank you.
B5 0004928, Food Service
Okay. Summer food service program. I think that's what the bid says. So I'm going by what the bid says. They may have something different on their sheet, but, yeah. Oops, this is all part of the same thing. I'll take this one. The rest of them, I'll leave these for that one. A bid bond is not required.
This is, this is item,
You can bid by different service areas.
right.
And what I'm gonna, I think we should, because it'll be confusing. It's like this one, this is one, okay. This bid is by service areas 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all bidders may not be bidding for those areas and provide a cumulative total. So we will consider this to be an item bid and just read the names of the bidders. And the bids will be available for review, hopefully after 2 this afternoon. Okay. This is, BFS-BC LLC. And the bid bond is not required for this bid either. It says not applicable. Here, Glenn, can you get this? Where's Glenn? Get Glenn for me, please. Ms. Armstrong, yeah. Can you get the sheet for purchases on this one? Right. And so I just want to see their sheet. Maybe we may have made an error. Thank you, sir. We're going to check that and confirm. I appreciate that, because I do see that this one has something. Because I do see also a check here. And this one had to go back because it's, look. Company check. Company check.
The same thing?
Same bid. Different company.
Can I ask a question? Whether
Sure.
Is it appropriate? I didn't.
You may, if we can't answer that, we'll let you know.
So this is a bid that has 4 different sections.
Yes.
Page B22 and B23 give you the price of the section that is bid on. Is there any way you can just read those out?
No, because it's gonna, we don't have it set up by sections. We usually have either a lump sum or an item bid. So this is going to be considered an item bid, so I apologize. Thank you.
Let's see.
Right, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you had to write all those and get them all, keep them all straight.
It's actually a lump sum by each section.
We understand that.
But
It's
there's
just,
some people didn't bid on all the sections.
so we'd had to, and we might make an error with trying to keep them straight, so I apologize. But we'll try and have them ready as soon as we can after we finish. I'll ask them to try and expedite this one for you. So you had to write, if you miss one, then we have a public record is wrong. Just give us another moment. We're checking to get the information because possibly we made an error in what we entered in our process this morning for the bid bond.
There's actually a bid bond required for each section.
For each section, okay. So there might be 4, okay. Thank you. If we get something that's more, we'll look for that. Thank you. So we have to look for that too and see. He's saying there's a bid bond required for each section. So if we bid on 2 sections, we need a bid bond for each. This one I think just did 1 though. bond, so if this is one, thank goodness. But they bid on two, two big bonds. That's what this, they don't tell us that. We'll see, maybe we missed it. This one has a check. This one. When they do that? Okay, all right, okay, good. Okay, good, okay, great, all right. Okay, I'll hold on to it. Thank you very much for bringing it to our attention. We do have an updated sheet which provides that for B50004928 for the food service for the 2017 summer program does require a bid bond. Thank you so much.
One of the pages actually says check for bond.
Yeah, yes, that's fine. Yes, that's as long as your check's in the proper format, you'll be fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, and so we again, since we have 4 sections, we're going to be considered to be an item bid, and you'll be able to see that information afterwards. Okay, let me get this down. That's a different one. I'm getting all confused. Was that one here? Yes. That's, thank you. Yes, I did find it too, so I took it separated so I could find it. Okay. BFS BC LLC with a bid bond. Okay. These are duplicates. I just sort of want to make sure. They're not bidding. Here's a copy. Okay. Okay. Here's my original. There's no seals on any of them, we checked them all. You checked the original too? Yeah. This is the original. Here. Yeah, right. You okay? I make a motion to refer the bid of Revolution Foods, Inc. to the Law Department for review.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. The matter having been moved and second is referred to Law Department for review.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's just refer this one to, as opposed to going back and forth. No, I make a motion to refer the bid of K&B Whole Body Solutions LLC to the Law Department for review.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. That matter having been moved and second is referred to Law Department for review.
Okay, I'm checking to see they have all service areas and different design now. So he said, well, each one, so there's one here, there's one there. I'll just say that we have 4 big bonds for different service areas. That's the original. Let's see it here. 17. They're all from Martin's Inc. I'm going to say that we have all, they belong to all service areas with a bid bond for each one.
I think it's 4
Four.
service areas.
I'm going to make sure I'm correct. Okay. We have a bid from Martin's Inc. for each of the service areas, and there is a separate bid bond for each service area. We have 4 bids and 4 bid bonds by service area. Maybe so.
That's the 4th one.
That's the 4th one.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, now we're ready. Thank you. B50004886, coveralls for Baltimore City Fire Department. A bid bond is not required. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. B8, I think. Next page. B8. Okay, good. Municipal Emergency Services, Inc. $93,246.
Refer this bid to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Okay, yeah. Playgrounds, yes. This is number 15. Okay, 2 different companies, yeah. B50004884. Yeah, right, yes.
Please note that this bid was incorrectly advertised. However, the description is correct. I want to see the exact, what was the actual number? I want the number. What was the number? Say, I need the number. I want the number was advertised under, because people were here, they want that number. That's the number they know. They don't know this one. I'm trying to see if they have it here. What is that? This is what it came in as.
This is based on sections. So they can bid on sections. This is a bid on
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it's been item B, because you can do all this stuff here, different things, signing, receiving.
Yeah, because they can bid.
I think it was 4484. They transposed the numbers. For this one here.
It must have been advertised under a different number.
Right. I think the number was like 4484. Because he did show to me yesterday. I was trying to think of something.
saw it the other day. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit, done an extra 4. It's correct, it's 4884. It's advertised as 4. Again, I apologize for the delay. This is for B50004884, playground and athletic court resurfacing and repairs. This bid, when it was advertised with the number B50004844. However, it is the same bid as we have today. The description is playground and athletic court resurfacing and repairs. The documents that are submitted, though, do also include the correct bid number, which is B50048884. Right, yeah. Yeah, right, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's right. It's just that when they advertised, it had the wrong number. Okay. This is also an item bid, so prices will not be read. American Tennis Courts, Inc. Thank you. Excuse me, they're all the same. Yeah. Playground Specialist, okay. Playground Specialist, Inc.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Yes. He can, once you finish with stuff, he can. He has to wait to finish off. Did we already read that? So, it's already been open, so. So he'll have to wait, he can come to the board. Yeah, he can stay inside if he wants. And we're gonna do the one that they call. And what number is that one? Let me see, let's find what he's talking about. He's talking about number 12. So, but we can't, if you wish this express us. How are we doing with number 11? The food service. We can find out. Right, yeah, I'll go back for that one in a second. Okay, yeah, this is a recall. And I take. That we originally had scheduled for today, I am going to be recalling a bid that we had on March the 8th, 2017, and asking for the board to review the opinion of the law department as to the acceptability of a particular bid. And so that item is B50048822, Psychological Services and Employee Assistance Program technical opening. So it's the law department, if this would come forward. can hold on to it, that's fine if you want it. Okay, that's good.
State your name for the record.
Your Honorable Board of Estimates, this is Michael Schrock, Chief Solicitor of the Contracts Division, and
Anna Rose Kondratuk, Assistant Solicitor of the Contract Section.
we're here today to answer any questions, and I'm glad to give you an update as we've looked at this. We may be able to answer your questions.
Well, could you, again, this was referred to the Law Department for review on March the 8th, because at the time of the bid opening, we determined that by the Bureau of Purchases, we received information from them which stated that for this particular bid, B50004822, that it was for a two-step open technical only. And as a consequence, the board did open that bid, and we opened it and did not open the price envelope, and the price was supposed to be opened subsequent to the evaluation as we understood it. We had 4 bids that day. Of the 4 bids, they were from Greenside's Psychological Associates, Janus Associates, Inc., doing business as Business Health Services, Advantage Healthcare, doing business as LifeWork Strategies, and Interdynamics, Inc. All of the bidders, except for Janus Associated, sent in 2 envelopes, one for the technical opening, which we did open, and a price. Because Janus's bid included its price information, we refer to the law, so if you can advise us of your review of that.
Right. We've looked at that. Originally, we've looked at it some just previously to meeting with you today. And I think you were exactly right. There was a situation where the other bidders gave you 2 envelopes, one with a technical proposal, one with a price proposal. But looking at the solicitation, they had left out in the solicitation a section specifically on their instructions that said you need to have the technical proposal in this different envelope and also a price proposal in a second different envelope. That's normally in these solicitations. For some reason, it was not in this solicitation. But there are other sections of the solicitation where it creates an ambiguity. We talk about a 2-step process. We do have something about pre-packaged labels at the end with an A and a B for both the technical and the pricing label with the MBE for the second one. So as we looked at it, we thought there was some ambiguity here as we looked at it further. And then the question for this board is, well, is this ambiguity enough that would create a material deviation that you could not consider or could consider? I mean, if it was a material deviation, that you would not consider the one that was in one envelope. Our feeling is if you can look in that one envelope and you can split out, which it sounds like that is correct, that there's a technical piece in it that's clear and there's a price and EMBU section that's clear, you could put in a separate envelope the technical, and you could put in a separate envelope the price and the EMBU, and you could continue on in the process. And if the evaluators find out during the technical that it's not responsive, then they'll be back, to deal with that. Or if they find the price is not responsive, they'll deal with that. But we don't really see this as something that our suggestion would be to continue in that process. Now, you do have the right as the board, if you want to say this is irregular and they didn't, in our opinion, follow instruction enough to throw it all out. But we just don't see in this process that is really beneficial to the city because it's not going to affect anything with price or the quantity we're getting. If the material is all there, we would recommending that the board and the evaluation committee actually consider it. This would be distinguishable too, I think, for other cases where we put in the solicitation very clear instructions and we weren't missing sections that said we need 2 separate envelopes in that. So I would say this is a distinguishable one-off case. If another one came where we had the specific instructions, you might have a different decision in that matter.
So you're saying this would not be precedent setting?
This would not be precedent setting for future ones because the solicitation was not as clear as it could have been.
Right. And reading what you provided for your opinion, it states that
The Bureau of Purposes intended each proposal to be bifurcated into two separate sealed envelopes, one for technical component and one for the price component. But unfortunately, there was a lack of clarity.
Right, they missed a whole section that's normally in solicitations that talks specifically, you need to put technical in this envelope, you need to put price and MBU in this second envelope. So the ambiguity, you could look at as a vendor and say, if I've done this before and I sort of know this, all right, I'm going to put an envelope A, an envelope B. Another person could put the whole proposal in one envelope. And I don't see that, it's in your hands. It hasn't gotten into anybody else's hands, so we have control over this. And I really think you could continue on with the process.
Okay, and again, looking at your opinion, I believe that one of the recommendations was that for the board, that it would remove the price and MBA pages prior to submitting it to the Bureau of Purchases.
That's correct. Before it would get to any evaluators, so they would not see both at the same time. There would be a consistency with the normal process in that regard.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, you want to make a motion?
Sure. I make a motion that we accept we accept the recommendation by the law department and consider the lack of clarity and that we find that it is an immaterial irregularity in the bidding process and continue on with the process.
And that we separate the, please.
Sure. And that we separate the technical bid documents from the price bid documents.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you both for your assistance. Okay, all right, Mr. Armstrong, you said there's someone here who wanted to approach the board in reference to, is that B50004910 lead hazard reduction program? Could you please state your name and the company you represent, sir?
I'm Okoro, Troops Okoro, UK Construction Company.
Yes.
So,
Yes, go, number 13.
I'm concerned that the bid was submitted today at 11 o'clock, just before 11 o'clock, and I got back into my office and I saw MBE requirements. So MBE subcontractor, what do you call it? It's intent to work on my desk, and I'm concerned that it wasn't included in my bid. So I wanted to bring it down. Initially, I was hoping that I could open a bid which is meant for the public and see if those documents are in there, and if not, if the board will accept the MBE. There's like 2 MBE documents, and I know it's a necessary component to the bid.
That's fine.
So you want
Okay. All right. We've heard what you've said in reference to the bid. We've already opened the bids, and we will take what you said under advisement and make a determination whether or not the bid is properly submitted.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I leave the board these documents?
No, we can't take them out. I think we take them, then he's going to consider accepted.
Okay, so we will take the documents from you. Understand that no determination has been made as to whether or not these documents will be accepted. We will just take it so that we can review them in our consideration. Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Finally, am I allowed to look at the
You-
bid
you-
for the public?
you-
The ones that,
You can look at any document that's made public to the public.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, no other business. There being no further business, we are adjourned. Thank you.